Nicky Nook. Up we go. Good morning. Good morning from Nicky Nook. My first trig point of the day. And what can I see from here? Okay. So, right in the far off distance, you won't be able to see it on this camera, but that was Blackpool Tower. And I live somewhere about there, Hawthornthwaite, near Blackpool. Over there, it's the Lake District. Looks like a nice day over there. Behind me, behind the Trig, is the Trough of Bowland, where I'm going to later. And back that way is Beacon Fell and Longridge Fell and Preston down there somewhere. Basically the heart of Lancashire. I mean, on a Sunday, humans and their dogs migrate from miles around to come here. They fly in from New York and Toronto and Auckland and Melbourne just to bring their dogs here. It's absolutely jammed, rain or shine. But today I have it to myself. The joy. Well, farewell Nicky Nook. That's one trig down, one to go. So, my next trig is somewhere up there. Hawthornthwaite Fell. Can I get through this gate? Yes. Huh. Looks like another trig point of some sort. No idea what this is. Let's go and check it out. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if you can see it in camera, but there's another one over there. Obviously some sort of measuring device. I mean, the actual name for a trig point is a triangulation pillar. I mean, trig points are basically just used to measure the distance between themselves and the height in relation to sea level and each other, and so on and so forth. Humans, eh? Where would humans be if we didn't invent tools and machinery and instruments to measure things? I'll say goodbye to that nameless trig. So let's head up to Hawthornthwaite Fell. Fantastic little road this is. So I believe this second trig at Hawthornthwaite Fell, we might be looking at the absence of a trig point, as I've heard rumours that the trig point has been vandalised or is broken or is disappeared or laying on its side. This is the task for today. A little investigation. What's happened to the trig at Hawthornthwaite Fell? Hawthornthwaite Fell. It's a bit of a mouthful. Surprised I managed to project it out of my mouth in one piece. What a beautiful place this is. I've been here before, but not to this part. Fantastic. Still, nevertheless, if the trig point at Hawthornthwaite Fell has vanished, we will occupy the psychic space of where the trig point once stood. I mean, this whole area evokes images of a painter called John Atkinson Grimshaw, who painted in the mid-1800s, Victorian painter. I think I remember a painting he did called Lancashire Lane. So he would paint these paintings like at in moonlight, you know, and he would have a scene like this, but there would be like maybe an old man there in the distance with a walking stick. I think there was an old man with a little boy, grandfather and grandson, maybe, walking down a Lancashire lane like this in moonlight. Clunky kitsch charity shop paintings is what I would call them. But there was also something really wonderful about them as well. They were like enchanting, ethereal even. So they were kind of naff but wonderful at the same time. They were wonderful. I'm being mean. I like them anyway. High art? No, definitely not. I mean, the paintings, they were kind of like painted over photographs. Cheated, basically. But trust me, most painters cheat. I know, because I'm a painter. If you can find a way to cheat, and half the time that you're painting, then, and do it in a way that is not losing your integrity, you'll do it. I mean, if you're spending 6 months on a painting, you want to knock 3 months off that time it takes to make that painting, you'll do it. Just as a logical thing to do, because time is money. The trick is to cheat and make it look like you've not cheated. You know, I spent 3 years on a drawing once. So, if there was a way for me to knock a year off 3 years, I'll take it. I did take it. I think he did have an exhibition at the Tate. I'm quite sure I remember him having an exhibition at the Tate 20 years ago or something. So, you know, fairly renowned. Not bad for a guy who paints over photographs. I'll put one of his paintings on screen now and risk retribution from his family's lawyers. Now I'm heading back to where I parked, and I'll cross the road and head up towards Hawthornthwaite Fell. Oh. See, these duck boards look amazing, but they're actually quite treacherous. Very slippy. Must be careful. Wonderful. Today is a bit of a disaster actually. I had planned on reading passages from one of my favourite childhood books. I was interested in what that might look like as a visual, but I forgot the book because I'm an idiot. Oh well, next time. Oh. Oh. You know, as walks go in Lancashire, this is up there. This little area here, absolutely wonderful. This is my happy place. Try not to die here. So, I was here this morning, a couple of hours ago, and this is the end of my first wee mini circuit. One down, one to go. Let's get this fan off. Well, as you can see, I'm not on a fell side. I'm back at the car park. The car is parked in between the two fells. So Nicky Nook is over there and Hawthornthwaite fell is over there. And I decided in my wisdom to park in between the two. And I'm glad I did, because the weather has come in and is affectionately known in British terms as pissing it down. And rather than being pissed on, I decided to take a little bit of shelter in the car. I mean, according to my reliable weather information, this wee storm is supposed to be moving along in the next half hour, so I have a flask of tea, I have some snacks, and I'm just going to wait it out. I do have my over trousers with me, and I am waterproof if I want to be, but it's not great for filming, and why suffer? Oh, this is just horrific. No. Oh. Well, as you can see, I've moved the car further up the hill. I must confess, I feel like I'm cheating. Well, the weather looks to be clearing a little bit. A moment ago, the rain was bouncing off the road. So, I have my shell trousers on, fetching, and I'm going to go for it. The Trig is up there somewhere, about 3 miles. This is a little bit like that film with River Phoenix and Will Wheaton. Stand By Me, you know the one? Yeah, Stand By Me. About the 4 boys that go to search for the body. Yeah, this is very much like that. I'm searching for this triangulation pillar. I have a general idea of where it is, but I'm not quite sure what I'm going to find when I get there. You know, it could be a body of a Trig. I think this is as good as it's going to get. I'm going to go for it. Ugh. Right, let's go. I need to get up there. Okay, I might just get away with this. This is a proper break in the weather. It's a bleak old landscape. Very bleak. So the terrain up here is pretty terrible, to be honest. The Trough of Bowland is basically a giant quagmire. It's a bog. It's not good to walk on. And it's why I don't come here that much. Also, the drive here from Poulton is about halfway to the Lake District, so you know, you're halfway to the lakes, you might as well go all the way. Whew. Oof. Whoa, okay, so a lot of moisture on the ground. Moisture. It is sodden. So I just have to carefully make my way through this bog like it's a maze. Just be careful where you put your feet. You gotta be careful because you can just disappear up to your waist in this stuff. And then have a lot of difficulty getting out again. I speak from experience. Whew. Okay, so I'm basically skirting along the tops of the Trough of Bowland now, and I can see Hawthornthwaite Fell in view. No sign of the Trig as yet, but we're getting closer. It's over there. Wow, look at this. Look at this. Crazy soil erosion. Well, it's not soil. It's nothing like soil, it's peat. Kind of like the early stages of coal. So it's very, very dark. But it's not soil. People think it's soil, it's not. It's almost black. And look at this. Ooh. So I think a lot of this land is owned by the Duke of Westminster, and they use this land for grouse hunting. So that tray there has been placed there with feed in it. You know, the aristocracy like their pheasants and grouses plump and fat, much like themselves. I mean, the Duke of Westminster was the richest man in terms of resources in the UK for years, I think. He was so rich that the monarchy had to make him a duke. I think, you know, I've seen a few grouse today and could have sworn they were all wearing a monocle. There's one there. Can I switch this camera around in time? No. Let's go. So, I am getting quite close now. I've almost got butterflies in my stomach. Oh, if I can get across this carpet. So this fence line here, if I handrail it, will take me to the summit of Hawthornthwaite Fell, and we will find out what has become of this trig point. Trepidation in my stomach. It's just over there. So, no trig standing there. Whoa, whoa. Whew. Let's get over there. I mean, it's desolate, but it's very evocative. It's very interesting in a really boring kind of a sense. Yeah, some of that landscape this morning and this afternoon remind me of Barry Lyndon, the Stanley Kubrick masterpiece. And if you haven't seen Barry Lyndon, you ought to have seen it. Okay, this is Hawthornthwaite Fell, right here. Let's go and find him. Ooh. How do I go across this? I think I will go round this way. Whoa! Whoa! God. Okay, so I just need to get around it and get over there. Can I get through this, or should I go around it? Let's go around it. Woo! Yeah. Okay, where is this mysterious trig point? According to the map, I'm right there. This is the location. I just can't seem to find it. I've looked on the map. It's supposed to be right here. It looks like it's disappeared entirely, or sunk perhaps. The peat erosion is substantial. I mean, I'll have a rummage around for another 10 or 15 minutes and then put it down to one of those things, I guess. Completely failed, unusable video. I found him. I found him. There is our fallen comrade. Hawthornthwaite Fell trig point. How do I get to him? How do I get to him? So I attempt it down there? Yes, why not? Here we go. I'm coming, brother. Wow. My goodness. I think he's dead. Let's have a look. Oh my giddy aunt. Wow. Look at the foundation. That's incredible. So all of this here, all of that was a foundation. That would have been in the fell. All of this. It goes up to here. Wow. It's the end of it. It's incredible. So the original fell top must have been an extra like 10 feet. Probably the same height as that gate post over there. I mean, there's nowhere really to get any shelter around here. But I've got to have a cup of tea and spend some time with him. Yeah, we've all got closure today, haven't we? Yeah. Yep. Behold, the fallen triangulation pillar at the top of Hawthornthwaite Fell. So windy old top is this. Whoa. Wow, the weather is really coming. Let's get across this stuff. Wow. Okay, let's go across here. across this interesting little landscape. That little tree down there, it's my little Hansel and Gretel breadcrumb. Oh, you know you're alive when you're out in this weather. Lovely.